Welcome to The Explainer. We usually think of grief as this uniquely human experience, right? But the natural world actually tells a very different story. Today, we're looking at the mourning rituals of the wild. We're going to see how 3 incredible animals handle death just like humans do. It's a somber topic, for sure, but an incredibly beautiful one that really highlights the profound emotional depths of the animal kingdom.
So, do animals grieve just like us? It's a question that challenges our entire understanding of consciousness and emotion. In this explainer, we're going to explore the emotional lives of 3 specific species: dolphins, elephants, and crows. We'll witness physical sacrifice, lasting memory, and some really calculated silence.
Okay, let's dive into part 1, dolphins and a mother's sacrifice. The physical reality of a dolphin's grief is, well, it's just absolutely exhausting. Think about it. For dolphins, death is immediately compounded by gravity. When a calf passes away, the body naturally starts to sink. So the mother will desperately try to push her calf's body to the surface, using her head or her back to keep lifting her lost child. And she'll keep doing this until she is utterly exhausted, staying above the water for so long that she often suffers severe sunburns. It's an immense physical sacrifice born out of pure grief.
But she doesn't do this completely alone. The rest of the dolphin pod actually forms a protective circle of defense around her. Her desperate attempts to keep the calf afloat leave her entirely vulnerable, so the pod circles her to keep sharks away. They're literally giving her the safety and space to process her profound loss.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how dolphins communicate identity, even after death. Every single dolphin has what's known as a signature whistle. It's a unique sound that functions exactly like a spoken name does for you and me, and they use it to identify and call out to each other across the vast ocean. This perfectly illustrates the emotional weight of that whistle when tragedy strikes. When a dolphin dies, the others in the pod will repeat the deceased dolphin's signature whistle over and over. They're literally calling out the name of the one they lost, echoing their shared grief into the water to remember them.
Moving on to part 2, elephants and remembering the bones. Besides humans, they're the only animals capable of recognizing the bones of their own kind.
When an elephant dies, the entire herd reacts profoundly and very physically. First, you'll see lowered ears, then complete silence. A herd of giant, normally very vocal animals goes utterly, completely quiet. And finally, some even shed actual tears. Pause for a second and just let that visceral imagery sink in. A giant, silent, weeping herd standing together in shared sorrow. Let's look at how this builds over time, because this mourning is a long-term unfolding process. For the days immediately following the death, the whole herd will stand guard over the body. Days later, they perform a primitive form of burial, actively covering the body with leaves and dirt. But perhaps the most moving part is what happens years later. They will literally return to the exact site to gently touch the bones, remembering their lost friend. Their grief literally spans years.
All right, let's shift to part 3, crows and the silent gathering.
When a crow passes away, the flock's behavior splits into 2 distinct, kind of eerie phases. The initial reaction is this chaotic burst of loud calling, a really intense, noisy alarm phase. But the aftermath? It's a sudden, jarring pivot to a strange, profound silence that lasts for about 30 minutes. This entire ritual begins the very moment a single crow discovers a dead body. They don't just fly past it, they let out a specific alarm call. And the efficiency here is staggering. Within mere minutes, this call summons hundreds of crows to the location. They gather around the fallen bird, acting as this massive, unified community. So, the crucial question is, why the 30 minutes of strange silence? Why do hundreds of crows suddenly go quiet? Well, scientists believe that during this gathering, they're actually analyzing the situation. They're silently studying the danger zone, trying to figure out exactly how the crow died so the rest of the flock can avoid that specific threat. It is a brilliant, calculating form of collective survival, triggered directly by death.
Finally, part 4. What animal mourning actually means. Looking at these behaviors fundamentally challenges our human-centric view of emotion. The truth is, these animals handle death just like humans do. Whether it's the physical sacrifice of the mother dolphin, the ritual burial of the weeping elephant herd, or the crow's analytical gathering to study threats, animal grief is intricately complex. We are absolutely not the sole owners of grief.
I want to wrap up this explainer by leaving you with a provocative thought. How does this change our understanding of the emotional lives of animals? When we recognize that animals possess consciousness, shared emotional depth, and these incredibly complex mourning rituals, it completely transforms how we view our relationship with the natural world. Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep seeking clarity, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.